All right, hand it over. Give me that wig.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wigs. You don't know what.
And since we're speaking about wigs, if you're wondering why I look like Bowser, okay, look like Bowser from Mario, it's because I'm currently in this long ass process of bleaching my hair so that I can dye it a couple of colors. I haven't decided on which ones yet, but girl, I need to change some shit up. I'm gonna go over to Ocean's house today so that he can do it. So the next time you guys see me, my hair will be giving you all types of Crayola teas. And since we're over here speaking about Ocean, he was featured on my latest podcast episode over there on patreon.com/AdrianExpress. You need to go check it out. The episode is called Pay Attention, and I talk about a lot of things from Flame Monroe on The Breakfast Club to this Rodney Reed situation to Syracuse University protests, all of that. And Ocean came on at the end to talk about the music industry, and it was a really fun episode. So make sure you go over to patreon.com/AdrianExpress to sign up for extra content, all that shit. Thank you so much for those of you who already have. Let us get into what's been happening. So the Grammy nominations were released, and I'm looking at this list, sis, and it does not inspire me. It does not excite me. I'm not looking at most of these artists talking about, oh my God, I can't wait to see what they're gonna bring out on stage. It's not really giving me any life. It actually gave me the opposite. I almost died when I saw that only male artists were nominated for Best Rap Album when the summer, the whole year was ran by female artists. I don't understand what's going on with y'all. Okay, Igor by Tyler the Creator was not nominated for Album of the Year. I don't know what's going on with that. Lizzo and Lil Nas X are leading the pack with the Grammys. But overall, I'm just like, sus, some of these girls do not need to have these many nominations. That's just it, girl. Like, you can be mad about it. And since we're talking about being angry at awards, Ari Lennox said, girl, I'm quitting. She said, girl, y'all got me fucked up out here. I tried to give y'all a cute ass soul album. I noticed that a lot of the music industry shit is going unseasoned. I decided to put at least some salt and pepper on there because it was bland, and I did what I had to do. And she said that she felt some type of way because the Soul Train Awards did not give her anything. Like, they nominated her, but they snubbed her. So she was nominated for Best R&B / Soul Female Artist, and her won that. She was also nominated for Best Collaboration Performance, and Chris Brown and Drake won that shit. I'm like, are you... Get out of here. And then Album / Mixtape of the Year, she was nominated for that. Lizzo won that. So I understand some of the things that she said. She said, every time I wrap my mind around it, I just can't accept it. It feels like a breakup. I made a soulful album. I never ran from who I am. I just expected that one platform to understand that. She said she's a huge fan of Soul Train's history. And she said being snubbed was something I always expected and was definitely prepared for, just not by them. She said she wasn't trying to shade any of the other nominees. It's clear that I'm not cool enough. It's not just the awards. Shea Butter Baby was slept on in so many ways. I'm too emotional to pretend like I can play this game. A lot of people are annoyed with what she said, but I'm like, I can understand why she would be bothered by that. Drake and all these people winning over your album, I do understand that. I know it's easier said than done, but I think Ari needs to just focus on the people who like her, focus on the people who really get her work. Fuck these awards, because you see what the Grammys is doing. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. Fuck these awards. Do music because you love to do music, and that's it. Make your money because that's important, and that's it. But I do understand her frustration, and I don't know why it's so hard to see why she would be angry or pressed about it. Really quick side note from the mother of dragons herself, Emilia Clarke. She was on the Armchair Expert podcast, and she was talking about how after Game of Thrones, she was on different sets and she had experienced a lot of pressure to do nude scenes. This is what she said. She said, I've had fights on set before where I'm like, no, the sheet stays up. And they're like, you don't want to disappoint your Game of Thrones fans. And I'm like, fuck you. I feel like I've seen enough now to know what is actually needed. And she's right. That's some creepy shit to say. It would be one thing if you said, oh, we really need this new scene because it represents X, Y, and Z. I know we're not talking about Game of Thrones because she's talking about the work that she did after Game of Thrones. But for example, there's this one scene where Daenerys in Game of Thrones burnt all the calls, the leaders of the Dothraki people, after they said a bunch of sexist, crazy shit to her. And then she came out of, because she's called the Unburnt. So she came out of that fire naked because all of the clothes had burnt off of her, but she is fireproof. She didn't burn. Now a producer or director saying, hey, this is how we want the scene to look and this is why it's so powerful. I could understand that, but to come to her and say, oh, you don't want to disappoint your Game of Thrones fans, let me see your titties. Like, girl, stop, just stop. That shit is so weird. Emilia, just say who they are and we're gonna ride. We're gonna get on Drogon, Viserion, and we're gonna get on Rhaegal, and we're gonna ride and see what the tea is, girl. Shout out to Jason Momoa, because on the same podcast episode, she said that he was very protective of her, making sure she had robes and everything when she was starting off in Game of Thrones, and they wanted her to do all these new scenes. So that's what you call a man. That's what you call my man. All right, so it's gonna get a little bit nerdy in here. We'll start out with DC. So there's been this hashtag. It's been going on for a couple years, but release the Snyder Cut, release the Zack Snyder Cut, who is the director of Justice League, and he had to step off of it because of the passing of his daughter, and Joss Whedon, I guess, came on there and took it up. But the actors and actresses who play Wonder Woman, Batman, Cyborg, all these people were saying, sis, we need to see the other cut of Justice League. I'm just like, okay, let's see what Zack got, because this shit, I don't know what DC be going through when it comes to its live action, but you know, their animated shit is amazing, but we got, I don't know, anything. Let's see it. Let's see another version. At first I was just like, girl, whatever, but now I'm just like, let's just see it. Let's see what y'all had planned, because it was an absolute disaster. Hopefully you get what you want. We're moving on from DC to Marvel. So we already know for the next phase, we got Black Widow, the Eternals, all this shit, Doctor Strange, and the multiverse of madness, and Thor, and all this. But then they released 5 other dates ranging from 2022 to 2023, and we're trying to figure out what movies they're going to be giving us. All right, these dates seem like sci-fi dates. I cannot believe it's about to be 2020. I can't, but it could be anything from Blade to Ant-Man 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Deadpool 3, Captain Marvel 2, Fantastic Four. I can actually hope y'all do that shit right, because last time I was like, okay, girl. And then the X-Men, which they now have access to, I cannot wait. The nerdy girls are about to get their life. I'm getting my life just thinking about how, well, actually I'm not, because it's just the way that Disney steals so much money from my ass. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And since we're over here talking about Disney, let's talk about Star Wars. This was released by Entertainment Weekly, because on December 20th, Disney will be bringing 4 decades of the most popular and longest running sci-fi franchise of all time to an epic conclusion with Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I only have 3 things to say about this, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. Hopefully we get to see Kylo Ren again shirtless, with those high-waisted pants that he may have gotten from the Forever 21 that's within the First Order. Don't know where it is located exactly, but it seems like he is a frequent shopper. Hopefully we get to see Finn and Poe get married in some type of way. Over here we ship that couple, so I don't know what else to tell you. Get with the winning team. And I also hope that Rey finally learns where the fuck she came from. We got to get sisancestry.com. Hopefully they don't steal her genetics like they doing to some of y'all. We got to get her some type of DNA test. She wants to meet her damn parents so damn bad. Get out your lightsabers. May the force be with y'all asses, because I'm definitely gonna go watch this shit. Something really cute that happened. You remember Ariana and Liz and how they were on Victorious and they did that Give It Up song? Well, recently in Atlanta, Ariana brought Liz out and they ended up singing the song again, and it was just a reunion of a lifetime. I know that Tori Vega, I know that Miss Victoria Justice, oh, I know that she's somewhere seething, sis, you hear me? Now, I'm definitely not gonna go see this bullshit, and it's no shade. This shit really creeps me out, okay? There was a new trailer for Cats that was released, and sis, please get these figures, please get these entities off my screen. I don't even know what to call them. Get them off my screen. This is apparently Idris Elba looking like he needs an endorsement deal, looking like he needs a sponsorship from Petco, where the pets go. And if the pets go there, keep them there. Why are you constantly putting them in trailers and releasing them on my timeline so I got to see James Corden out here looking like the Penguin from fucking Batman? Get me out of here. Get me out of here. And I know a lot of people put a lot of work into this. I know that, but it's just, oh my God, I'm telling you, it legitimately makes me so uncomfortable anytime I see this shit. I don't know why, it's just so, get it off of my screen. And speaking of animations that look like abominations, okay, I'm done. They say you're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes, but shit, that shit was funny. Okay, sorry. Speaking of animations that look like abominations, y'all remember how we dragged the shit out of Sonic? Well, girls that came back to us, they said, well, we fixed it. And honestly, they did a good job. They did a good job. Now, I'm gonna say congratulations to all the hardworking people who worked on the animation and graphic design or whatever behind the scenes. I'm gonna say y'all can go to hell to the studio that thought it was okay to push this shit out and then retract it and had these hardworking people, I'm sure, were pressing their ass. Oh my God, I hope y'all at least paid them. I hope y'all at least paid them. So yeah, them girls, if you want to see some Sonic rings and shit, you can go see Sonic the Hedgehog on February the 14th. Now sis, every time news comes out about what Hollywood is doing and the dumb shit that they've done in the past, I'm never surprised. I just laugh and I keep it moving. So apparently, then listen to this shit. The producer and the screenwriter for Harriet, Gregory Allen Howard, said that when he first started working on the movie in 1994, one studio suggested that Julia Roberts play Harriet Tubman. Now, I know that you're thinking, maybe like how I'm thinking, since we started off this video with Marvel Cinematic Universe, maybe we're in the multiverse. Maybe we are in a different reality, a different dimension, and where Julia Roberts looks like fucking Harriet Tubman, right? This is what the producer and screenwriter Howard said. I was told how one studio had said in a meeting, this script is fantastic. Let's get Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman. When someone pointed out that Roberts couldn't be Harriet, the executive responded, it was so long ago, no one is going to know the difference. What makes this even more comical to me is the fact that I read the headline so quickly that I thought that they said Julie Andrews and not Julia Roberts. I thought, for a split second, I thought that they were gonna have Harriet out here singing that the hills were alive with the sound of slave whips. Julia Roberts? I wonder how she feels about her name being brought up in this bullshit. I'd be like, girl, I would literally lob that over to my PR manager like, girl, you gotta take care of this shit because I'm not even responding. I really wanna know how they were gonna do this. Were they going to get a can of spray paint? I don't know, girl, and spray her ass down, maybe glue a bunch of cotton balls together, put on her head, call it an afro, and then tell her ass to go free some slaves? Julia Roberts? Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Come here. So this last topic is going to be politics for about 2 seconds. I will go more in depth in it on my Patreon page, patreon.com/AdrianExpression. So apparently the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland, he went up there and dragged the entire shit out of not only Donald Trump, but Mike Pence and Rudy Giuliani. He's basically saying that everybody knew what was going on when it came to the Ukraine call. The reason why I'm not really covering a whole lot of politics recently because number one, it's depressing. Number two, it's just they keep mulling over this damn Ukrainian call, and I feel like we all know that it happened. We know what this man did. It's just all about proving it at this point in front of the public. And so Sondland went up there and said, yeah, girl, if you're asking if there's a quick rubber, it was a yes, and everybody knows about it. It wasn't a secret. We were directed by Trump. So I mean, Trump was over here so shook that he went out here reading notes that I guess he wrote on Air Force One, as this pad says, to the press, and he's just like, I don't know this man very well. I was like, okay, girl, I'm not even gonna address too much of what Trump said. You can make all the memes you want with this picture, but that's just a really quick update of what's going on. Had this man reading from his Blues Clues handy dandy built ass notebook, shaking in front of the damn cameras and the press. I want him and his Cabbage Patch Kid built ass wig out of the office. Get it? I get him out of there. Get him out of there. So on that note, even though the White House is not going to have one, make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.